A fleeting meeting. Lovely was the breakfast and the dinner the gypsy cyclist shared with the tall blond man and his daughter, and healthful was the sleep he had and the bed they provided him. And while the man was tall and muscular, how gentle were his slender hands, inherited also by his daughter, as they clasped the mugs and plates in which he and his daughter brought him water, oatmeal and eggs in the morning, and beef, beans, and potatoes in the evening. After 2 days of rest, the gypsy cyclist, after the welcome and the care they gave to him, and his bicycle retrieved and repaired and his body on the mend, was on his way once again. How fortunate he considered himself that his bicycle was retrieved, and all his panniers too, and that nothing was lost in the rapids of the river. He could not thank them enough before he departed, and they asked nothing in return except that he should have a safe journey, and for a wind at his back, and always for blue skies, or, if there should be rain, that it always be soothing. But the gypsy cyclist was uncertain of the direction ahead. "Is it time to return home?" he asked himself. "There is a fresh start," he thought, "and I am replenished, but after such a fall I now am not so clear whether I have begun to weary of the journey. I have looked at the map the girl provided me, and this is the road I am taking, and that road is the one upon which I will take a right-hand turn, and I know for now where I am going. Indeed, they offered me a ride to Brussels, which I did not take, all for the sake of my bicycle and a few more pedal strokes. But there is no certainty now that this is the medium I should be travelling by." The gypsy cyclist, hollowed by his doubts, stopped by the roadside and dismounted his bicycle. There were no vehicles on this silent country road, and the sky was dimpled with greys of many shades that obscured all but a few fingers of sunlight that seemed to reach through and gently rake through the mists 10,000 feet up, revealing a few lines of brazen blue sky. As he stood to survey the flatness of browning oatfields to the north and breathe deeply the cool air, a woman on a horse appeared from a side road that parted the yellow leafy collage that upward rose from the thicket of straight and slender trees to the south. She stopped when she saw the gypsy cyclist. "Do you know where you are going?" she asked, her long brown hair billowing slightly in the first inklings of a morning breeze. "I can see by the look on your face that you are lost." "Oh," he replied, "is it that obvious? I think I know the road ahead, but at this very moment there is not one pedal stroke more that I want to take toward it. Only for this moment, mind you. The feeling will pass, I know, but that is why I have stopped. 4 days ago," he continued, "I fell off my bicycle and it vanished in a river until some wonderful people retrieved it for me. They fed and cared for me and offered to drive me to Brussels, but I chose to ride instead, and now, suddenly, at the moment that you have found me, I wish my bicycle had never been found." "I am sorry to hear this," said the woman. In the sky silhouetting her face the clouds seemed to part a little more, and blueness enveloped her. "If you did not have your bicycle with you, I would offer you a ride on my horse, and I would take you to Oosterks, a town not far from Brussels. Of course, after that, the roads become too heavy with traffic, and from there I could not ride my horse." She paused while the sun flicked a line of light from the edge of a cloud obscuring her face. The gypsy cyclist adjusted his line of vision to see her more clearly, but he could not. "Feel free to abandon your bicycle," she continued. "Feel free to abandon your bicycle if it wearies you too much, and I will give you a ride." The gypsy cyclist looked up at her, astonished at the words he had just heard. For a moment he imagined it, removing the panniers from his bicycle and leaving it by the roadside, mounting the woman's horse and resting his head upon her shoulders and clasping his arms around her waist. He looked into her eyes as the image came upon him, but still he could not clearly see her face silhouetted by the sun. She did not look away. "Thank you," he replied. "That is a thoughtful offer. I cannot have imagined I would ever hear such words from anyone. But I must mount my bicycle and proceed upon my way. You know that your words will haunt me for the rest of my journey." "You are welcome," she said. The horse was becoming impatient, lifting first one front hoof and then another and swinging its tail. "I can sense the weariness in your face. I see it in you. But I have given you strength to move on, and for that I am glad. I hope that the rest of your journey is as pleasant as this meeting I have just had with you. Take care." She pulled at the reins slightly. The horse proceeded, and the two soon disappeared. The gypsy cyclist looked off in the distance where he lost sight of the horse. "Why do I doubt what I have just seen?" he thought. "In a moment that strange woman was here, and now she is gone, and the moment so fleeting that I can barely believe the meeting was real." The gypsy cyclist mounted his bicycle. "Come to me in a dream," he whispered, pushing down on the pedals. "Come to me in a dream, for that fleeting moment you were with me that I cannot believe was real. Come to me in a dream and prove to me that you are just a dream. Maybe there, in that dream, then I will believe our meeting was real. Dear woman on the horse, if you come to me in a dream and tell me those words once again, then I promise to abandon my bicycle and to ride with you."